Hard to believe, but today is New Year's Eve. Tomorrow a whole new year begins. I never understood that tradition, wait until midnight, because to me it's just another day. But it's a whole new year, and it's a whole new way to make your life better. And everybody has to, they don't have to, but everybody makes resolutions for the new year. And I was going to suggest 5 things that you should do for New Year's that aren't all weight related, because everybody always said they're going to lose weight. I saw a video. I wish I could remember who it was so I could tell you who it was so that you could look it up, because it was so cute. But it was somebody that was talking like to the camera, but she was pretending like she was talking to people in the gym, and she said, oh sure, you're mad that I'm here. Oh my gosh, you got to wait for a machine. Oh my gosh, you're never here. Now you're here. Ooh. Don't worry, wait a month. I'll be gone by February 1st. You just got to put up with me for a month, so leave me alone. Which is so true. So many people join a weight loss program and they very rarely make it through to the end of the month. I think that they said like 75% of people have blown their resolutions by the end of January. So these are 5 things that I think that people should do. Resolve to get a complete picture of your health. Go to the doctors, get a physical, find out exactly what's going on with your body. You might have some kind of, high blood pressure is a hidden disease and you don't know that you have it, and it can kill you. A stroke can kill you. So just because you're not overweight doesn't mean that you can't have high blood pressure. High blood pressure comes from stress and foods that you eat and too much sodium intake. There's so many reasons for high blood pressure, and you might have diabetes and not know it either. Maybe you think that you're drinking all this water just because you're, thirsty and you want to lose weight. No, it could be that you have diabetes. So the very first thing you want to do is call the doctor, make a physical. Do this to start your new year out, to know exactly where your year's going to go. The second thing is to resolve to drink more water and to drink less caffeine. The more caffeine you drink, the more you want to drink water. So it's kind of like it's kind of defeated. I'm very fortunate that I don't like coffee, because I think coffee is loaded with caffeine. I know my tea is loaded with caffeine, but for some reason it doesn't bother me. I don't know why. It just it does. I can have a whole cup of tea before I go to bed, and I can go right to sleep. It doesn't bother me. But I can have like caffeine in a hot chocolate or a candy bar or something, and I'll be wide awake. So I think it's the combination probably of the sugar. Maybe it's the combination in the coffee with the sugar and the caffeine. I don't know. But if you drink more water, it's going to lead to having more energy, because your body's going to be pumping along. It's going to be working. It's going to move things along, if you know what I mean. It's going to help you in that regard. It's going to give you better skin. Your skin's not going to be so dry. And it's really going to kind of curb your hunger too, because a lot of times you just really think that you're hungry, and in actuality you're really just thirsty. The third thing you want to do is resolve to sleep better. I get my allotted amount of sleep. I don't go to bed till like 1:30 or 2 in the morning, but I don't get up till like 9 or 9:30. So I'm getting 7 hours. I think they say that it's recommended you get between 6 and 8 hours depending on your body. But you want to make sure you get enough sleep. If you get enough sleep, you're going to make better decisions, because you're going to handle stress better. You're going to handle your anxiety better. Everybody has a little bit of stress and anxiety in their life. That's just a fact of life. But you want to bring it in control. And if you drink, if you sleep better, rather, you're going to have lower immunity problems with your immune system. It's going to help your immune system fight off infections and diseases. Anybody that's ever been sick knows that as soon as you lay down and take a rest, you feel better. And you want to start small. Don't say, well, I'm going to get 8 hours of sleep, so I usually go to bed at 11 and I get up at like 5, so I'm going to go to bed at 9. And then I'll be up in time to go, No, you're not going to go to bed 2 hours earlier. It's not going to work. Try like 5 or 10 minutes at a time, and then 5 or 10 minutes the next night, and 5 or 10, until you get your 8 hours. And you'll see the difference on how you're feeling. Number 4 does relate to your eating habits. Resolve to be a practical, mindful eater. It's so easy. I was guilty of this on Christmas and Christmas Eve. You just walk by that platter of cookies and you pick up a cookie and you start walking around talking to people and you eat the cookie. Or you sit down and you munch on the chips that are sitting at the table, or the nuts or whatever's sitting out, and you're not really mindful of what you're eating. If you're really mindful of what you're eating, you'll do a lot better. I write everything down that I eat. Not everybody writes everything down, but if you kind of have a conscious awareness of what you're eating, you're going to know. you might think that, I said the other day that I could never sit down and eat a half dozen cookies, but I ate a half dozen cookies on Christmas because I kept walking by that cookie platter and I picked up a cookie. And it's just so easy. And that was mindless eating. I wasn't being mindful of what I was eating. You also want to slow down while you eat. I'm a slow eater anyhow, but you want to eat a little bit slower. You want to really enjoy your food. If you eat it so fast, you're not really tasting it. So you want to put it in your mouth and just really savor it. And you want to pay attention to how it tastes. And you want to pay attention to your body's needs. A lot of times you think you're hungry, which I mentioned just earlier. You're just really thirsty. You really want to drink your water. And then you want to ask yourself these questions. What does my body need to be nourished? What am I craving? Will I enjoy eating it? And how will my body react after I ate it? So you just have to remember all of those things. And the last thing you want to do is pay down your debts. Debts lead to stress. Stress leads to eating. So try to be more mindful of how you're spending your money. Don't go crazy. Now that Christmas is over and all the credit card bills are going to come in, don't pay the minimums. Try to pay the minimums plus the interest that you were charged, and that'll kind of bring it down. I like to look at, because I do carry a credit card debt, unfortunately, but I didn't use my credit card this Christmas, so I was very happy about that. But I always look to see how long the minimum payment will take to pay off, and then 3 years to pay off. And I always try to pay at least the 3 years, if not a little bit more. But I always pay the minimum plus the interest, because that interest is killing you. And that's just money in their pockets. That's money you're losing. So I hope everybody has a happy new year. I hope when you make your resolutions, you stick to them. And just know that this could be the best year ever. 2018 is a good year. It's an even number. It's just perfect. So make some resolutions. Really think about them. Don't make one that you don't think you can follow through with, because then you'll feel like a failure. Even if you only pick one resolution of the 5 I've mentioned, I would say the most important one is to get a complete health checkup. That would be the most important resolution that you should make, because when you feel good, everybody around you feels good, and you make better choices. So, Happy New Year!